All right, Outcast, welcome back to another edition of Riding Shotgun. Shots fired. Insurance companies. My favorite topic. Effing insurance companies. So I called Farm Bureau, my assigned Farm Bureau representative's office, and spoke to the guy who I believe had my policy. On the 26th or 27th, said cancel my policy on the 1st. Not the 5th, the 1st. And he said, you want an $11 check? I said, yes, I do. And he said, yes, sir. Hung up. Well, it's Friday finance, right? I always look at all my accounts, review my checking account for the past week, see if I see any unknown or unidentified withdrawals or charges, check my credit card balances, just kind of get a full rundown of what's going on with my finances. Because if you don't do it every week, you lose track, in my opinion. Some of you may do it every day. I don't. That's too much for me. I got too much going on to worry with it every single day. But every day I do log what I spend in my Google Sheets. So I log it there, it tallies up, gives me a summary of how I'm doing in each of my 3 categories. And then I review it and finalize and update my balance sheet every Friday. And then on the third of the way through the month, 2/3 of the way through the month, and on the end of the month, whether it's a Friday or not. So I get at least 7 hits of looking at my finances every month. And that's the that's the catalyst for this, right? So I'm reviewing my checking ledger and I see Farm Bureau, $94. WTF? That's what I thought to myself. WTF? Heckin' insurance companies. Call at 7:30, they don't open till 8. Oh, also, they're closed for lunch. Since when did companies start closing completely for lunch? You got more than one person working there. Why in the hell are you closed for lunch? You shouldn't be closed for lunch. Stay open through lunch. Man or woman the office during lunch. This is bullshit. Service levels fucking suck. Service levels suck. What the fuck? Sorry for the F-bombs, but not really, because that's how I feel about it, right? So I call it 8:03, spoke to the lady, said, y'all were supposed to cancel my policy on the 27th or 28th for ending on the 1st and send me a check. I said, cancel my policy back to the 1st, refund my money. And I said, should I expect it debited to or credited to my account? She said, no, it'll be a check. Of course it will. Of course it will, Farm Bureau. Yeah, well, Farm Bureau, like State Farm, they're both called mutual companies, so I'm supposedly a member owner of the company, right? I don't ever get a check from them. I always pay, and they try to take from me when I told them to cancel. But yeah, there's today's shots fired on this riding shotgun trip with JHS. Stay weird together. To your liberty. The Outcast Commander is out.